The Toronto Raptors and their fans are feeling heartbroken today. Their dream of winning another NBA championship is now over after the Boston Celtics won Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinal last night. But no matter who triumphs with the trophy and no matter the league, the cloud of COVID-19 will still hang over them. Morganne Campbell tonight on the sustainability of sports during the pandemic.
This is Jurassic Park the moment the Toronto Raptors clinched the 2019 NBA championship as people flooded streets across Canada. Fast forward to 2020, like many other things this year, sports are looking much different and so are viewing parties. Not only did the Raps lose their title, but they did it without fans in the stands.
It's disappointing. We're glad we got it to 7, but, you know, it was weird circumstances this year.
You know, Celtics came strong, and their defense, I do think, was stronger than the Raptors' defense.
Off the hard court, the team and its management are looking ahead to next season.
Pretty much the whole rest of everything else we did this year, we played awesome, you know, with overcoming a lot and just never really wavered.
Is this bubble idea sustainable into the new season? I don't think it is.
Experts say while bubbling appears to have worked so far with the NHL and the NBA, the financial effect is bound to take a toll.
The marketing, the hospitality, you know, the bums and seats, the tickets, things like that are really going to hurt the smaller teams. But remember, what really drives all these leagues is TV revenue.
There is no doubt organizations are looking to the National Football League to determine if fans can in fact return to stadiums.
The NFL is taking a huge risk right now by doing this.
The defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs kicked off the 2020 NFL season Thursday night. They did so in front of about 17,000 fans. That's 22% of Arrowhead Stadium's capacity.
I think all the other sports owners are sitting back and saying, we really hope this goes well for you, because then we can start to introduce the same thing.
But whether that would be something most fans would accept,
we'll come back and take it next year. That's no problem.
Or other major leagues would adopt is still up for debate. Morganne Campbell, Global News.
After spending nearly 50 years together, an Ontario couple's decision to split up may have saved their lives. The two were hiking in the woods and got lost. It was 4 days before they decided the only way to get out was to separate. Each took a different route. Karen Lieberman shows us how they managed to get back together again.
Cecilia and Ted Naismith, an Ontario couple in their 70s, are recovering from what can only be described as a harrowing ordeal.
I was prepared to accept that I didn't see any way out.
Their story has a happy ending, but it's how they went from lost to found that makes it interesting.
You don't lose hope. You should always try to find your way out.
4 days and 3 nights alone in the woods. How one survives that, says this OPP officer, is nothing short of a miracle.
In my experience, I would say it's very rare that basically everything was against him, but he had the will to push on.
It was Ted's disappearance that sparked the massive search, and it was all thanks to Cecilia.
In my opinion, she's the hero in this story.
The two went missing in the township of Lake of Bays, located near Huntsville in the Muskoka region, some 2.5 hours north of Toronto. The couple had been staying at a cabin on Oxbow Lake. It's been in the family for a long time, so Ted knows the area well. A picnic in the nearby woods seemed like a good idea. But this is what they were facing.
Very thick bush, steep inclines, bodies of water, whether it be lakes, rivers, everywhere, very, very wet. Wet rocks, lots of cliffs.
If you're wondering about a cell phone, neither Ted nor Cecilia brought one. They also hadn't alerted friends and family. So when they got lost returning to the cabin, no one knew.
As long as I could keep walking, I wanted to keep walking. You got to try every chance you have.
Ted decided the couple should separate to search for help.
I took a lucky turn on an ATV trail, and that's how I got out.
Cecilia reported her husband missing. By then, it was Thursday. They'd set out on Monday.
Time is definitely against us in that case.
We can't show you the search because a camera crew couldn't make it through the bush the way the OPP did, by land, air, and water.
And I could hear the helicopters overhead, but they couldn't see me and I couldn't see them.
Here is what Ted did see.
These 3 different types of bear. One There was one cub. The first one I ran into was a mother and a cub.
It was just 9 degrees Celsius and stormy, but the rescuers were tireless.
They glanced over and he actually has a bald head, and when their flashlights hit him, he was right there.
Ted had been found hurting from his time in the woods and hypothermic.
You should know, Cecilia, that you saved his life by doing what you did, getting out of the woods.
Together for nearly 50 years, it was their brief time apart that led them back together. Karen Lieberman, Global News.